Hello, everybody. This is Joe Freeallenhoven, and today we're going to do this webinar titled "Email Marketing" and are all about email marketing. And I just wanted to go over just a little bit of last week's webinar, which ties in with this week's webinar. And as you remember, last week we talked about lead capture pages and messages attached to the autoresponder as part of that system. So in online marketing is basically using lead capture pages to capture leads, and from those leads the autoresponder begins to build a relationship with them along with you, and they become interested in something that you're promoting, and they become referrals, and then they purchase some of your products. And that's what it's all about. Now, there are other ways to make money online, but recently I've just been doing some going through the net and looking at different things and what people are doing. And I'm more convinced now than I was 5 years ago that email marketing, along with banners and text ads and traffic exchanges, lead capture pages, is the very best way to make money online. The other thing that I've noticed is that most every single person that I run in and having in contact with are saying exactly the same thing, is that you have to have a plan or a system, and email marketing is a major part of that. Now, I want to just take just a second here. Right now, we're going to do a screen share. And I want to show you, let's see, there we go. I'm going to go here to our dashboard. I want to show you a couple of things. First, I'm going to go to the capture pages, and the part of the graphics have come in today. And I want to bear with you again, everything here on the right, these are your lead capture page folders, and I'm adding new ones all the time. But I want to show you the ones that we've just got some new graphics for. The platinum, so that's a new graphic there. I wanted to show that to you. That's for the platinum, and for the JV partner, show you that one. We have a new graphic for that, and that's the lead capture page that I'm using, and I'm finding more success promoting 25 and the platinum JV partner and ultimate than I am at the 7. Now, for the ultimate is a new graphic there, and I've been promoting this one a lot because with the ultimate you get 5 gold level lifetime memberships, so they can pick any of these 5 here. So that's another one you want to look at. It's the ultimate. And then the other one I want to show you is the 50,000 credits lead capture page, which I usually promote that in real heavy Saturday after I make the announcement for the 50,000 credits award. And so now it has its own graphic. And right now we're critical mass ads. If you haven't received your 50,000 credits, you know what to do. You go to affiliate programs and copy that that promo code, click on the red oval if you're not a member, become a free member, and just add that promo code. Saturday, Don Harrison's site Alpha Males will be awarding the 50,000 credits. And then there's the the regular banner size for 50,000 credits. So I got one more thing to show you. I'm going to go back here to home, show you where these credits are, where these banners are. Just click on banners right here at the top and just start to scroll down and you'll see them. There's the ultimate partner, regular, the box, the 125 and 125 platinum, and the box, the JV partner, and going on down here at the very bottom is the 50,000 credits are down here. So they're all there. Now, when you click on banners, if you don't see these banners, there's a reason for that. Go to My Personal Info, and down here at the bottom where it says Primary Group, you have to select default. That's all you got to do. Is you always got to have that set on default, because all the banners are in the default folder. It makes it easier to do it that way. So some of you have selected $7 mailer or something like that here, just to show you. If I select MLM sites and save it, and I come back here to, if I go home, I click on banners, there's nothing there. I just want to show you, that's what many of you are saying, there's no banners. There are dozens and dozens of banners, but you got to have the right folder selected. And you go down here to where it says default primary group, and that's when you select default. As many of you are aware of, Team Elite Responder has absolutely almost unlimited options and opportunities, and we're starting to use more and more of those. And there's no need to get confused by any of it. It's pretty basic, simple, very simple. Just send me an email or support and say I don't see my banners. But that is what I wanted to show you there. The other thing I wanted to show you before we go on into email write-up, etc., is in the resources tab. That's the tab that has all. I've spending more and more time on this, setting it up, and all you do for new members, you start right here at the top and just keep coming down. But down here at the bottom, I've added some. We're going to come back to this. I've got an email I send to your referrals and an email I send to my referrals. And what I'm going to suggest, I'm going to show you what I send to my referrals. I'm going to suggest that you create one like that, because it has a lot more information than what I'll show you what I send to yours. And I talk about all these free tools. You also can give those away, because that's just the way it is. And you can also just put your link in there instead of mine. And I'll, like Summer Days Ad Board, free upgrade to Pro. Well, if you get a sale, you just send me the person's username and what they purchased, and I'll upgrade them, because if I do it for myself, I'll do it for you. Same way with 2 Top Apex viral solo ads. And these are all, and nobody's claiming those. Those are all bonuses for all members. And that's $8 worth of ads right there. I'm averaging 250 to 300 visitors with that. So that's about 500 visitors. That's just, but you have to claim it. So send me an email, but nobody's reading this. And the other one is the 500,000 credits on the World Profit. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. And you don't have to, and I'll put some explanations down here. You can turn off the business center, and when you just click on that and get those free upgrades. And then I also have the bonuses for upgraded members, which is on the order form also. So let's go back just right now. I want to show you what I send to your referrals. So you need to know what I'm sending. So let me show you is if I send something to the only time I send something to your referrals is if they did not use their PayPal email address to sign up. It kicks it out because it has to match up. Now, so what I do is I send them welcome, and I send them their login email, their password, and I put, they can change that to my personal info tab, and I put your sponsor is, and that's be your name and your email there. I tell them after they log in to go to resources and start at the top. Then I say down here at the bottom, we have webinars and lots of activities. Read the news section every day. Your sponsor will also be contacting you with information. They need to make that a you instead of your. In the meantime, everything you need is at your fingertips. So it's a very short email. Basically, I only send that to those people that did not use their PayPal address to register here at Team Elite Responder. So that's that's some resources changes that I just wanted to make sure you were aware of. And now what we're going to do, we're going to look at some emails, but in the meantime, I'm going to stop sharing a while, come back here to the Hangouts. Here we go. So what we want to get into tonight is we want to get into, turn on the chat if somebody wants to put something in there. Okay, so we're going to get into what this is all about, emails. And so the way email marketing works is you join SafeList, which gives you the ability and the permission to send a mailing to the members of that SafeList. So in order to do that, you send them an email. Now, here's what happens. What is the purpose of that email? Well, we're going to go step by step. The very first thing, email consists of 3 parts: the subject line, the body text, and the link. 3 parts: subject line, the body text, and the link. Each one of them has a separate purpose. The first thing we're going to talk about is the subject line. What is the purpose of the subject line? The purpose of the subject line is one answer to this. It's to get them to click on that subject line and open the email. That is the only thing you want that subject line to do. Please don't be trying to sell them something with a subject line, because they're not going to do it. Also, some of the things that don't work is if you say, please help me, I need to make 3 more sales this month. Strangers don't really care whether you make a sale or not, because at this point they are strangers to you. If they know you and they know something about you, that's different. But you're sending an email to people that really don't know you or anything about you. So your subject line needs to get their attention, and you need to, this whole thing of an email, the whole process, you need to be in their mindset rather than your mindset. You don't want to tell them that, spend all your time telling them about anything other than what they want to hear. So the subject line, some of the subject lines that work very well for me are relaunch or new launch, or take the most important bonus or something like that and put that in the subject line. A lot of times I use subject lines like grab 500,000 credits at no cost to you today, something like that. Now, how do you know what to put in the subject line? Here's something that's hard to get across, but it has to come across to you, is that what works is what produces results. And the only way you're going to know what works is to test it. And when people send me an email saying, what subject line do I use? I just want to pull what little hair I got left, pull it out, but because there is no secret subject line, it's a process depending on a lot of factors and how people perceive it. So there's no such thing as what you put there is what works. Remember, the only thing that needs to be in your mind at this time is I want to put something there that makes them click on it to read the email. That's all you need to know. The other thing is I've put a lot of sample emails in there for the different sites, but really everybody needs to be aware is I change my emails about once every 2 weeks, at minimum once a month. So whatever I put there, I've probably something I've used before because I'm moving on, and I generally change the subject line about once a week. So now I don't change it if it's really working really hot. But what happens is when people see the same thing, even if you're anywhere, at a certain point, they no longer see it. Our minds are much more complicated than we know, and they'll just kind of like say it won't register in your mind. You won't get their attention. So the subject line, some of the things it has to do, it has to get their attention. It has to be truthful. You don't want to say something that's not truthful. Generally, you might want to write this down or stop and bring it back. What I do for subject lines is I put something that has caught my attention or something that in the email body text that really kind of comes out and grabs you. It's usually like a bonus or something like that, because sometimes you're only allowed 50 or 60 characters. So in that case, you can't put a whole lot in the subject line. So you have to really work at your subject line. So the bottom line on the subject line is that the purpose of the subject is to grab their attention so that they open the email. A lot of the things that people are doing, it's not working. If you're turned off by it, most everybody else is. So when you see something like that, there's no need to try it. Now, then also, always, the way you know it works is you test it. You try one, and sometimes shifting words around or the first word, and then there's another option. A lot of people put the first name in front of it. I've done tests, and I personally, I cannot tell the difference between a subject line that has the person's first name or their whole name or whatever, their user number, or not. And I do it both ways, but I personally have not been able to tell the difference in results in having the name or not the name. Now, some people will say that's a heresy, I should be strung up. You got to have the name in there. I'm just saying my own experience. I can't, I just don't, I do it both ways, and so I'm open there. But anyways, that's what I personally think about that part of it. Okay, now we're going to go to the body text, which is this next part. Now, there are two ways of doing an email. It's what they call the text or HTML, which means it can have graphics in it, or highlighting or bolding and those kind of things. Now, I'm going to give you my opinions. I have people tell me that they do much better with HTML ads. I have others tell me they do much better with text ads, which kind of tells me it's kind of like that name on the front. So I think, personally, I think it's more important what is in the body text rather than I do like, whenever possible, I will use highlighting and bolding, and I don't generally put graphics in there because some people have slow connections, and if that graphic doesn't load, they get frustrated and go on to the next one. That's my own observation. Maybe some parts, I know some countries have much faster internet, so it would work there. So these things all come into play. But I'm just telling you what I think. Now with the body text, there's a purpose there. Now let's get to the purpose. Backing up. Purpose of the subject line is to get them to open that email and start to read it. Now we have to now keep their attention long enough. So we got to really start out really good keeping their attention, because if we lose their attention before they get to the click on the credits link or click on the link, then that is the purpose of the body text, is to get them to click the link to look at the lead capture page. Now we've talked last week about what we do when we get them to the lead capture page, but right now we're trying to get them to click the link that takes them to the lead capture page. Now, some people put that link right at the top of the email, but if you put it in there too quickly, that's going to turn them off, because they know that link is going to ask. They know that they have to be interested to click on that link, because they know that link is going to ask for their email. So you have got to have their interest before they click that link, and you have got to build their want to before they click that link. So let's talk about. Remember, now we're still writing in their mindset. We're talking about what this is going to do for them, not what it's going to do for you, because they could care less. They want to know what it's going to do for them. So we got to get their interest. So the introduction has to be something. Generally, I like to put a little something interesting in there. Like I put a lot of times, we are the good guys. We formed in 2012, and our purpose is to help others to succeed, because by helping others to succeed, you both succeed. They understand that. And it's kind of like, it sets a kind of a tone. Okay, these people, this person seemed to be part of a group. Remember, we're Team Elite Responders, so we're trying to, right off the bat, get the information out there that we could be talking about, helping each other to market, etc. So that introduction, we can't hit them too hard, because if you hit them too hard with trying to get them to click that link, you're going to turn them off. So it's kind of a balancing act. But generally, I like to put a sentence or two in there, something about who we are or who you are, just a little bit, not about the fact that you're trying to promote something, but more about how we came to be, which when you tell people who we are, in a sense, a group of marketers that really came to be to help each other because of frustrations and etc., then they have a little bit of rapport with that. So then I get right into the benefits of why I want them to click on that link. In other words, let's say it's a new launch, and I'll talk about the benefits of the new launch, the features of the site. It's this and that, and you have to start immediately bringing out some unique features and features that you got to build their want to click that link. You got to start. You held their interest in the introduction there. That okay, a new site's launching by us, etc. Now we're going to talk about, and here's use phrases like these are highlights of some of the features. You don't put highlights of all the features, because then if there's something that they may have wanted as a feature, it's better to them to say later that you don't have it. Otherwise, you're going to lose them right there. So you use words like, here are some of the features. And that's not dishonest. That's just telling the truth, because you can't put all the features in there anyway. Generally, most sites have a lot of features. So you put in there, this is these are the features. This can help you do this, and this help you do that. And then what you do is you put that in a list form, and they call that a bullet list. And I'm going to show you a couple of email samples here in a minute, so before we go to the next, where we look at some of those things. Then I think personally, the place where you click the credits link is not so important because most of the mailers now have the click here to receive the credits, and they want you to click the credit link up there in the body text, but it really doesn't. There's nothing there to click when you say that. It just brings them to the receive the credits at the bottom below at the bottom of the email. So most of what I'm saying is that we'll get into that next, the link, but where you put the click the credits links is not as critical as it used to be now, because most of the mailings have a link at the bottom of the email after your name and everything. So at the point that you do the introduction and you do the features, and I like to add the bonuses at that point with another bullet list. And then I like to put something, a zinger in there that's kind of like, whoo, I don't know if I can turn this. Something that the one that's really grabbing attention is when you put plus 500,000 credits from 7 other safe lists, because that's just, and I'll tell you, those safe lists, I'm using them and I'm getting leads and sales from them. They're not, the reason they do that, that's at World Profit. We're going to talk about that a little later. But the reason they can do that is because too many people, what too many people are doing is they're just signing up for everything and they think they're going to make money that way. And what everybody's doing and what I'm doing, what marketers are doing, is we're filtering out those people. And you'd be surprised how many people, even at Team Elite Responder, that we offer the 500,000 credits to, and they don't take advantage of it. And because they're too busy signing up for the other so many sites. It's unfortunate, but a lot of people don't even know what they sign up for. And then they get the PayPal bill come in and they say, what is this? And then you send them an email, explain what, oh yeah, that's right. But there's the case where people need to slow down. I'll tell you what, I make money at every single site that I'm a member of. Every single one. I don't join all that many. In other words, I'm not counting Safe. I joined SafeList to do advertising, but the sites like SFI, World Profit, M&G, Home Business, GDI, GVO, whatever, I make money at those sites because those are the sites, and all the sites, the ad sites that I personally own, because that's where I focus my advertising. I don't advertise or join these things just to be joining them. I join a Safe List so I can do advertising. And it takes a whole lot for me to join any other site to promote. I just don't do it. I'm doing it less and less now because we're growing so fast. I got too much things going on. So now, body text. Let's kind of review just a little bit. So we got their attention enough with the subject line. They clicked on it. They opened it up. Now we're going to tell them just a little bit about ourselves and what's going on, a new launch, whatever. And then we get them into the features, and we're going to write those features. So we're continuing to hold their, we're not going to write with, bland words. We're going to put interesting words in there, and we're not going to write with all this hype either, a balance. And then we're going to go into the bonuses, a little bit of a zinger, and then you put your name and your email, whatever you want to put there. And when it comes out to them, it'll have a little link on the bottom, which is what they click on to get the credits. And the reason that was the whole purpose of the email is to get them to click on that to collect those credits, and that takes them to the lead capture page, which is what we got last week. So we're going to always be writing from their perspective, because you're trying to get them to understand what you're offering them can do for them. And that's what it's all about. So if you've accomplished your goal with this email that they just opened up and read and clicked on and got to the lead capture page, you've done what you've done what's the purpose of the whole thing was to get them to click on that link. So let's look at a couple of we're going to go to resources. Oops, I got to go back. I forgot to turn on the screen share. Turn on the screen share. Okay. Now we're going to go back to Team Elite Responder here. And I'm clicked on resources and scroll down here and add samples. And you see, I've been a busy little guy. I've added a lot more ad samples in here for you to look at. Let's just look at the JV partner sample ad. Let's just look at that a second. Okay. Subject line that I'm showing here is complete home business system with 700,000 bonus starter credits. Now that's got to get somebody's attention. And you can, another way you could say that, you could say complete home business and leave the word out system. Or you could use other adjectives here for complete. See, that's how you build other subject lines. Then you can maybe use 500,000 one time or 600,000. Then you can, the starter credits, you could call it for new members. You see, you have a lot of flexibility in a subject line like that. And then, remember what I said, we want to do something here at the first part of it to hold their attention. And it's a little set yourself free today, get started with our JV partner level. Now, I've been taking the money out because I don't really want them to know. So I've taken this out now. I put for a few dollars one-time payment, and then we provide all the tools you need, and everything from here on does not require you to spend any more money. So in this where it says 117, I've got in the ad I'm running now, it says for a few more dollars. Then it wouldn't be bad if I had a line here that said, partial list of the features. I'll probably end up highlighting this one because it's so important to most people. Promote any site or link, okay? And then you could highlight this commissions down here if you like. Complete training and setup provided, 500,000 credits at 7 sites. And you say, well, I said 700,000 up there. That comes back down here. Then we start talking about the bonuses. And for the JV partners, they actually get to pick 3 gold memberships from a list of about 10 sites. But I just went and picked a couple of sites there so that it would give me some more information. But you could also just put bonus 1, 2, 3, choose 3 gold level lifetime upgrades among the list of associated sites, details inside. So you could actually cut this out and put this just bonus 1, 2, 3. Why I'm doing this is I'm showing you what happens to one of these sample ads. Is I'm constantly, since this was put in a week or so ago, and I've already made these other changes, I'm showing you the changes that I'm making. Because a friend of mine taught me years ago, you can always make something better. Then you check out these additional bonuses and see everybody that's a member of Team Elite Responder is automatically a member of the 50,000 weekly credits club, and see that'd be a good idea to highlight that. And then they're also a member of the integrated downline builder. That's the affiliate programs. You can highlight that. And then you can click on these other 200,000 credits at Traffic Ad Bar and Global Viral Safe List. Now here's the case where we mentioned something twice, which is okay. 500,000 credits, which is this right here. Okay, so these, then I've got the free upgrade at Cash In on Banners and the free upgrade to Pro at Summer Days Ad Board. So those are the things. And then sometimes down here you see these 2 things right here is kind of zingers. These 3 are actually, these 5 right here, they're kind of zingers. I mean, you're looking at a lot of a lot of stuff there. And if anybody that's somewhat interested in online marketing is going to probably click the actual credit link is going to be down here below your name and everything. They're probably going to click on that and go to that lead capture page, which is what you wanted them to do. So what I was doing there is I was showing you how you can take one of these samples and work it. You can change it up, and you should, because like I said, our minds are extremely more complex than we know, and they start seeing the same ad. It's almost like they're not seeing it. Let's take another one, which I've been changing. So let's just take critical mass ads. Let's take a look at it. Come on. Okay. And here's two subject lines that I've been using. I only use this one like this one. Joe Friello has lost his mind. I don't use that but a couple of times because that gets old quick when somebody's name's popping up there. So I use that just maybe once right when the site launches and get away from it, because you start popping your own name up there too much and it's a turnoff. And preferably then I go to the new launch, critical mass ad, explodes your traffic. Very simple subject line. Sometimes I think the key thing that's getting their attention is the word new launch. Now, after it launches, then you got to start being a little more creative. And that's why some of you have a problem. You get a few leads and sales or something, and then the site matures. That subject line has to mature with it. So you take this out because it's not and then you work on the rest of this, and we'll get into that some other training. But so I'm trying to expand your mind a little bit of what goes on. Now in this case here, this line right here uses the greatest elements: text ad, safe list, traffic changes, combine these features all in one. That's that thing where you're trying to keep their interest. And then down here, you're starting to talk about all the features. Okay, then you continue to list features. Then you get down here to the sign up bonus and the promo code and all this stuff they're going to get by signing up. Like I said, at that point, if they're some kind of a marketer, they're going to click that credit link. And down here at the bottom is a zinger. Pay close attention to the one-time offers, especially the credits, not available on the inside, limited time during launch. That's why I do the things that I do and allow you to promote the same thing, is because it's all of kind of a system that I have learned about email marketing. It works. That's all I can tell you. It works. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to go back here to Hangouts. Okay. Turn that thing off. Now, okay, so let's do just a little bit of review here. Then I got something I really want to share with you. Purpose of an email that we send out to a safe list or wherever it goes to is to get to the lead capture page. But we got three parts. The first part has to get them to the second part. The second part has to get them to the third part. They have to work together as a team. The lead capture page has to get their attention. Now, if they're looking at a list of hundreds of subject lines, your subject line has to come out there and reach them. You can't just put something in there like new list launches, new site launches. Forget that, and nothing's going to happen. So you have to get their attention so that they open that, click on that subject line, open up the email. We got to maintain their interest and build a want to click that credit links. We're gonna tell them a little bit about the program. We're going to tell them about the features. We're going to tell them about the bonuses. We're going to throw something out there that's going to say, it's going to make it or break it with them. Like, oh, I I don't like this 24 hours only stuff. I don't like to force people or pressure people. I don't believe in that. I don't use it. Some people do. I like just telling it like it is. If I have a one-time offer that's limited, I tell it because it is. And if I say I'm going to do something, I'll do it. So that's my best information about writing an email. Now I want to do just a little bit of explaining something to you. Is I didn't really ever struggle at online marketing because I wasn't trying to make money online. For years, I was a designer of the Christian sites that I still manage, and I was doing so many other things. It was only about 2006 that I decided that I wanted to do some online marketing. Before that, I did a lot of different things like I had eBay stores, Amazon stores, and private label rights stores, and there are sites called Commission Junction and Linkshare. Oh man, there's a whole bunch of them where you can sell anything. I've tried to sell everything, but I finally realized that you really can't sell anything until you have a list of people that are interested in buying that. 10, 15 years ago, you could sell stuff because Google AdWords was so cheap, and you actually could advertise a product that was on Commission Junction, like baby beds or something like that. You actually could do pretty well because you could get people to look at that. You could do a Google AdWords on, are you a new parent, and something like that. Now it's prohibitive. It's very difficult. But anyways, along about that time, wasn't maybe a year or so after, I met George Kosh. Now, who's George Kosh? We'll get into that just a little bit. A lot of you know I'm a member of World Profit. Well, George Kosh is the trainer at World Profit. Now, let me be honest. Some people don't like World Profit. They say they've had a bad experience because of the elderly person that's kind of like a partner there, et cetera, et cetera. I know him, and I tell you what, he's I don't want to say he's cantankerous. His mindset is such that he believes, and he probably is helping people by being a little bit like, make up your mind now, because he has seen so many people fail through the years, and he's developed this protocol based on what he has seen. And so I don't criticize it. I don't sometimes agree with it, but I look past that. And when I go past that, I look at the fact that they've got 2.4 million members, the largest site of its kind in the world. The people that do, the way that works, and I fashioned Team Elite Responder from it. The people that are there when you click in, the monitors on duty are volunteers. They do get paid somehow, but all you got to do there at that company is just bring in the referrals, and they become part of your list. You can put them in your own lead capture page system, which is what I do anyway. But they the ones that work with your referrals. It works well. Now, George convinced me. It took him about 2 years to convince me that he knew more about email, about marketing than I did. And when I'm a German, and once he convinced me, I threw a lot of that other stuff away. Commission Junction, wonderful company, it just wasn't for me. But then I quit asking. For a while there, I'd ask him a question like, how many leads do I need to get in my folder there before I start making some pretty decent money? And he never would give me a definitive answer. He'd always be more than what I had. Kind of smart. Well, at one point, it clicked like a light bulb up here. Boing. And what I did was I started to determine what a lead was worth. And then all I would do is double that, and I made that twice as much money. I kept doing that. And then finally, that's about the time that I decided to create, because I was working with Sanjika Ostro with GDI. I decided that I wanted to create an organization, in a sense, where people could work together. And actually what Team Elite Responder is, it's a group of teams. That's what it really is. You're part of my team, but everybody's part of my team. But inside of Team Elite Responder, there are growing very fast teams. There's a multiple sclerosis crowdfunding team. There's several SFI teams. Mick has his own team. More and more people are, and then we're getting new members now that are coming in that own a lot of sites, and they're going to do their own team. So that's what it's becoming. So because of that, I'm going to do all new graphics that's going to emphasize Team Elite Responder more than Collective Team Marketing or any of the other things. You're going to see Team Elite Responder attached to everything, which is more what we are. Is Team Elite, team marketing at its best. And you can be a team of one if you want to. In other words, you can just keep doing and generating leads and do very well that way. So what I wanted to do finally, I want to come back over here. I'm going to do a screen share again. And what I want to do is I want to show you something that's free, because I've been talking about George. Well, he's the reason that I became successful at marketing, and he convinced me, and I have not wandered 1 inch from the fact that you've got to build a list, and you got to generate leads, and you got to use lead capture pages. So now two things you'll want to do is you'll need to now go back and watch last week's webinar on all about lead capture pages. And then the other thing you want to do is you go to resources, pull it down here to the bottom. Down here to the bottom. You see this thing that says net profits right here? Net profits under training ebooks. You can look at some of these other things and it's good, but this net profits one, this is not going to cost you a penny. You just click on that little link there and it opens up. And when you click on that image right there or this link right here, it's going to open up this link. It's going to open up that ebook. And I suggest you take a look at that ebook and make some notes. And because George is all through that ebook, and it has some really good information in there about what it's all about. And today I was listening. I'm going to go ahead and turn the Hangouts off because we're going to finish up today. And I was listening to Dr. Lant talking about George, etc. And there's a lot of wisdom there. And like I said, his protocol, you may not agree with it, but he does have a lot of experience. And sometimes I understand why he doesn't attack people, but why he says you got 30 seconds to make up your mind, I'm going to throw you out of here. Well, sometimes I understand that because there are so many people that are not making the right decisions, and they really don't know how to make the right decision. And that's one of our purposes is to get people to understand a systematic approach to making money, rather than just like going into a grocery store and just going down through there with a blindfold on, throwing it in the cart, just buying anything that comes up. So there does need to be some discipline in all this, and we always have to stay on focus. And all the other things that I've been bringing up in the past all comes into play. So that's it for email marketing. I think that this will help you a lot to take those sample emails and tweak them and tune them, put your own words in there. I think you'll see a tremendous increase in the number of leads you get per emails you send out. Now, what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be talking about how to increase our efficiency. In other words, if we're advertising and sending out 100,000 emails a day or whatever we're doing, and we're making, let's say $100 a week, if we want to make $1,000 a week, do we need to send out 1 million emails a day? Or can we triple our efficiency and make $100 a day or $1,000 a week by sending out only 3 times more? So that's what we're going to be working on, is increasing our efficiency, and it'll always be tying in all the things we're doing. So that's what's coming up, and the new graphics. Take a look at those lead capture pages. What I have been doing is I have been recently, and this is in the second to last news section, you can see it. I've been promoting only the 25. I no longer promote the 7 or $11 program, $7 or $11 program. I only promote the 25, the Ultimate, the JV Partner, and the Platinum. And I hadn't had a Platinum sale in several months. And I started advertising the Platinum program last week, sales. And one other member got a sale. I think that's what you call wave action happening there. So, or maybe it was 2. Anyways, they was jumping up and down. They had just $100 commission off one sale. So anyways, good stuff, huh? All right, so that's it. Thank you very much, and God bless you.